Hello everyone. It is I, Dragon's Fury, accompanied by the illustrious Infernal.
We still here?
We are still here. It is episode whatever number we are on. I stopped counting once season 2 started.
You were counting?
Yeah, you know, but once season 2 started, I stopped. We're just putting it out for everybody. Thank you for our consistent listeners that we have. I I see you, not
You
specifically,
are much appreciated.
but you are much appreciated. Every time I check the analytics, there's always you guys numbers increasing the view count. So we thank you. Also, if you want the rest of the content, because you are technically missing out on half of it, be sure to subscribe to us so that way you get the other half, because there is so much more available, and don't want you missing out on all of it, and more to continue. So every week there will be 2 episodes. So if you want to get everything, then become a subscriber on Spotify, or you can become a patron, and all of those links are in the bio. So all of that out of the way, we are
Is
going
it
to
bad
get
that I
right
thought you were
into
going to
it.
say Bayou?
Down in the bayou. I mean, maybe. I'm pretty sure somebody um, might find us in Louisiana, because right now we got obviously the Florida supporters, and Georgia and Washington for the states, and then all of our international support. So I don't know, Louisiana, where you at? Where you at?
Come on down.
Come on down. Let us know what you're feeling. And yeah, so we're just gonna hop right into it. And today's topic is going to be villain story plot twists. So these are your what is your favorite villain story twist, that you have encountered, or the idea of a twist that you would love to see play out. I obviously have ones that I have come up with and have heard of, etc., etc. And then, we do what we do when we are in the den. So, do you have anything to start us off with, good sir?
Well, when you brought up this topic, one that popped into my head just because, like, I feel like a lot of people who saw this movie probably could tell, but at the same time, I couldn't because, well, young brain can't understand shit. Uh, the dude from Saw, John Kramer,
Okay,
like
yeah.
from the first one,
Mm-hmm.
because like we didn't realize it. Like, I mean, obviously this movie's old as heck by now. Like, if you have not seen Saw, what are you doing? Um, but yeah, no, it's just the fact that it's like we're going through this entire movie, just it's like you got a dead body and the two people that have to, well, escape. Come to find out, the dead body ain't actually dead, and is actually the mastermind behind everything. I'm just imagining like that entire time, either one, he fell asleep, or two, he is just like, come on, guys, hurry it up.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's like that twist like got me in nausea. I think I would assume it got a lot of people just because you don't really see that happening.
Yeah, definitely. Um,
Uh,
is I would have been a solid one.
like
Um,
honestly, the Saw series had a lot of good plot twists. Like just with all the various characters that became Jigsaw over the years, just like you don't think that they're going to be the actual like person behind the traps, and then it's like, oh hey, how's it going?
it was I, so and so Delulu. Um, yeah, no, definitely, for sure, is a very interesting twist, nonetheless. There is, I, I wouldn't necessarily call him that, like the villain, but he was definitely the antagonist of the movie. The day the Earth stood still,
Ooh, that's a good movie.
um, where you know, everything that's getting fucking wrecked and ripped into one, it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's not what it's supposed to do. It's just a, you know, defense mechanism, and you guys just been pissing everything off this whole time.
Defense for what?
For him,
It's like, this is what happens when you poke something with a stick.
this is what happens when you post him with sticks. So yeah, that definitely, because like, yeah, because like you had the giant robot, like, and it's that form, and you know, people were fucking around, and then they found out that it doesn't like being poked with a stick, and yeah, was set loose. So there you go.
You fucked up.
You done fucked up, Aaron. And crap, what was the other one?
One that, I mean, yeah, no, this would be a plot twist. Gin from Bleach.
Oh yeah, that one, that would definitely count.
Like
For sure.
that was such a build up for it, like his twist. It's like,
His whole
oh,
thing. I would
you've been playing this for that how long?
And I would say the second in doing the long game was what's his face from Execution. I remember I did the same thing last episode. We brought him up, couldn't remember his name.
Do we have a name?
I can't remember his name again.
We do not have a name. Maybe next episode.
Maybe next episode I'll remember his name. Doubt it, but
Yeah.
But him, because that whole thing was one long con to just get his powers back, because, you know, they're like, oh, substitute Soul Reaper. What it actually means is probation that you didn't know you were on. And so it was just like, okay.
It's like, why?
And so, like, yeah, you know, just big go back for that. I don't know how much of a, no, it would count it as a twist. Makihiko Kayaba from SAO.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when he was Heathcliff, I think.
That he was Heathcliff. Yeah.
Yeah, that. Yeah, no, I'll count that just because, like, honestly, there was nothing in that part of SAO that would tell you, oh, this is actually the mastermind behind everything. Like, there was nothing until like that final fight when it's like, hey, Kirito's like, wait, why is this house so high?
Yeah, not even that. It was just like I knew something was hinky the first time I fought you.
Oh yeah, with the whole like slowing down time and shit.
Yeah, the whole like he made it where he was, because he was going to lose then, and he was like, "Yo, I can't come to terms with that," and so, you know, uses his abilities,
freaking admin privileges.
Admin privileges, yeah. Which then subsequently the second one, when for the third season, or was that technically the second season when they were in Alfheim?
Alfheim, that was part 2 of the first season.
Okay, so yeah, that it's the freaking assistant this time.
Yeah, that. Oh god, it's like I like stuff that was part of the second half, but then it got near the end, and I'm just like, I don't like this anymore.
Yeah, of course you're not supposed to like it. If you did, you would have be problematic.
Obviously,
it's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to make
it
you
was
feel
so uncomfortable.
I've seen worse. Like
Goblin Slayer?
Goblin Slayer, yes. Because that shit was like, episode 1. You didn't even get a lead up. You didn't get this is most likely where this is going to go, because he's been, you know, holding her captive and, like, you know, my pretty little songbird. Nah, we just first episode in, hey, by the way,
goblins are horny.
Yeah, not even horny, just
I am going to leave it at that.
You no, that's inaccurate description. They're just vile creatures.
Well, yeah, very
Um,
vile.
and yeah, so you just don't go in that, all willy nilly like I did.
Yeah,
I need to
I think a
finish it,
lot.
but I don't want to because I'm just like, oh wait.
I like after episode one, I'm just like, nope, I can't.
Um,
Like I know like it does get better. Like there's not as much of those scenes later on, but I'm just like, I can't.
yeah, no,
It's like I just can't.
they put their worst best foot forward, and so you hang through it, but otherwise, yeah, no, it's something I recommend for story because like it's a good concept because that's a like an interesting trope that a
It's not
lot
all
of
sunshine and
people,
rainbows.
well, not necessarily not all sunshines and rainbows. It's just the fact that people, think that these low level monsters aren't a problem, and he's out here saying like, nah, bitch, like it's easy to deal with like these big bads that are flashy and conceited and always stick to this pattern, but like you have this literal mob mentality of just straight terror happening as goblins. Like this is the real threat. Like,
Yeah.
and then if they get organized, oh, you fucked.
And when it's on their home turf,
Yeah, no, so it's and then it's like it reminds me of with reincarnated as a slime video I was watching about how Rimaru's the only slime you ever see in the show,
Oh yeah.
and it's because it's like he's the like him being a slime is like ridiculous in of itself because it's like they're the lowest of the low end of creatures. There's no reason for a slime to be around any of the other monster types. And so the fact that he is one is only because of all of the stuff that he had desired when he was basically being reincarnated, that a slime was the only thing that would fit everything that he wanted.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because slimes are shapeless. They can take on any form.
yeah, they're shapeless. They can take on any form. They don't have blood. Like you don't have to worry about like temperature and all this stuff because he gained all these abilities, and that's what fits fine with a amorphous blob.
That likes to eat.
And yeah, and that that comes with all of this stuff. So the yeah. Oh, shoot. Speaking of that, the twist of was it Carrion? I think was his name.
The King of the Beast nation.
Was that King of the Beast? Was Carrion the Beast King? Demon Lord?
Yeah, the one who fought Milim.
Okay,
Milliam?
no, it's the
Dragon Girl.
one that where the chick from that he looks like was under.
Wait.
What was his name? He was the blonde. He was the other blonde one because I think Carrion was blonde too. But not the Beast Kingdom.
Okay, was he a demon lord?
Yes.
Okay.
He was like the first demon lord that we even hear about because he's like obsessed with, like Rimuru ends up being like obsessed with him because it's like he thought what's her face, like because she was like so sad about like being a part like being stuck with Ifrit and everything.
Fuck, what was his name? Like we didn't really get much with him except for like that little interaction.
Right, because we think he's some big bad or whatever, when the reality is that he's just like, oh, hey, here's a person that can, take care of things that I need to be taken care of. That's that. He really didn't care otherwise. And so, like, you think is like, oh, yeah, this is, like, this big baddie or whatever. And the reality is that he wasn't. He just was just some dude. That he was just minding his own business for all intents and purposes. He just had Rimuru was just like his target of aggression, and he's just like, I don't know why you're mad at me, but whatever.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'm trying to like find his name.
Because Clayman's the one who got bodied.
Yeah.
Um,
And then we have Ramirez,
oh,
little fairy.
Semiramis, yeah.
Nope, not him. Wait, why is he not? Uh, I hope I'm not. Oh, I might be getting spoilers.
um,
Uh-oh.
and what? Do we have more seasons coming?
Oh, we should.
Oh, okay.
I swear to God, if they do not animate the rest, I'm gonna be. I should know. Wait, then they've already announced the next season.
Did they? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, I, I'm just like the way that things are now. Like I just don't know what else there could be
Oh,
that
yeah.
isn't going to be like what Overlord did. Because I don't need stuff where it's like, oh hey, it's the same shit, different day again.
I mean, his name was Leon.
Oh, okay, there we go.
But yeah, no. God, I'm trying to remember because I do need to get caught up on the slime manga. But yeah, no, there is a lot of stuff that continues. I've also looked at just because my curiosity gets the worst of me. I looked into the light novels, and yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff that I am excited to see. So yeah, it's not a lot of it's not a lot of what?
That doesn't help.
Well, yeah, because I'm not trying to give spoilers. I'm trying to be nice. But it's not a lot of what you were saying, where it's a lot of the same stuff over and over. There is progression in the story and all that. So,
So they don't pull an Overlord because that's
yeah.
I hope they don't put an Overlord, and I hope they don't pull a Shield Hero either.
Yeah, we have the next season of that coming soon. I'm hopeful for the coming season of Shield Hero. I feel like my main issue with Shield Hero is only because when it comes to the anime adaptation, they kind of jumped around in the plot a bit, which honestly has kind of thrown off the story. So like now it's like all the coming seasons has to like modify it in a way to make it work, which I hate when animes do that. But we'll have to see. But yeah, no second season of Shield Hero was rough. But yeah, no, like, but would you really consider Leon as a plot twist? Well, I guess like if
well, yeah, because like I said, Rimuru time Rimuru thinks that this is this worst of the worst dude that used whatever her name was, I can't remember, for all of these nefarious purposes. Like he's the reason why she's stuck with Ifrit. She's in this pain. Like he was on this whole revenge path, and come to find out, it was just some dude.
Yep, some dude doing his own thing.
He was just doing his own thing, as the Demon Lords do. They just did their own shit. Am I saying that we haven't seen him necessarily do anything that didn't warrant it? No, we haven't, because we didn't get much with him yet.
Yeah.
But for all intents and purposes of the story, they painted him out to be this, mysterious villain of the Demon Lords that sucks.
He's just a chill dude.
Yeah, and he's just a dude who's just like, all right, I don't know who you are, and I don't understand why you feel the need to want to punch me. But if you so need to do so, find me at my castle later after the fact. Right. Like, do it some other time. And so, yeah.
It's like there's a time and place for everything.
Right.
But yeah, I am looking forward to seeing like more with the other Demon Lords and all their shticks. Oh, I don't know why this popped in my head. One plot twist that popped in my head. Scrappy Doo from the first live action Scooby-Doo movie.
Yep. Yeah, no, he definitely.
I don't know why. I don't know why Scrappy just popped in my head.
I mean, it was a classic oh, here's the thing about the villain, blah blah blah, and found plot twist, it's your nephew.
Right? Like, God, that the first one was such a wild ride.
Yeah, so
Though
yes, that definitely fits in the category for
okay.
villain story plot twist.
Though when it comes, but I'm just gonna say, like, when it comes to the live action Scooby Doo, I kind of like the second one just a little bit more, only because it had like some iconic villains, in it. I,
Yeah.
I obviously I preferred how the characters were done in the first one because what they did with the second one, not the biggest fan. But I just love seeing the iconic monsters.
The
Felt bad for the cotton candy monster though.
it Oh my god, Zuko, get from under there.
Zuko heard cotton candy. It's like, ooh,
Yeah, no, he's under my desk.
his inner Scooby was triggered.
Get from under here. Oh my goodness. Okay, fine, then just weirdo. Um So, all right. Well, I have listed some types of adventuring ones, plot twists that would be like fun to see played out. So one of them being the villain, like the big bad evil guy, as we refer to him in these scenarios, is actually one of the party members. That they've just been orchestrating everything from their from inside.
Those are some of the worst twists. By worst, I mean the most painful, especially if it's a character that you really liked.
Yeah. So have that. Let's see. Another one was the villain. So the BBEG has long since been dead, and basically everything that's been going wrong has just been being blamed on them. But since there's no one around to correct it's just, oh yeah, it's this guy's fault. It was totally his schemes, whatever. He's been dead for like years. Would be a fun one to play out.
That's an interesting one. I'm just imagining like a hero's party like that has no idea about the truth. Just sets themselves up to go fight them, and like whoever's in charge is like, oh shit, we can't let them find the truth, and they try to stop them.
Well, not that one. That one falls into another. Funny you should say that. That one falls into another one. No, like legitimately is like, yes. At one point he was causing problems or whatever,
Yeah.
but he died, and that was it. And just like all of the like, no one's perpetuating it. It's just the sheer fact that all bad things are just being blamed on him. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're starved
Okay.
out because there's bandits being, whatever. Oh, it's clearly the bad guy. And it was like, oh, like we don't have these resources because the person was kidnapped or whatever. It was clearly this big bad guy, right? Everyone's just
Okay,
blaming
I
their
get it now.
problems on this person who's long since dead, but no one is around to be like, nah, it ain't him because he's dead. But one that fits more in what you were saying is another one I came up with was the BBEG never existed in the first place. It was just a story that someone heard and just ran with. And so
Oh.
they've just been perpetuating it. And so, yeah, that would be like, oh, wait, we can't let him find the truth. That, like, there isn't this big, bad mastermind to all of this shit. It's just, we've just been perpetuating this lie this whole time.
Yeah, that would be such an fu.
And then another one was the I got from guy on TikTok of like worst D&D ideas is
Oh,
that
no.
the BBEG is not actually bad at all. He's just attempting to do good, but it's not like working out.
My God, what are you doing here?
Essentially, it's just in reverse. Like, it's just not working out for him. It's like, oh, like he tries to help an old lady across the street or whatever. Come to find out she's like a mass serial killer, and you
Oh
just
no.
helped her like to her next target kind of deal.
Brandy, no.
And it was like, oh, and he like did the skit. It was like, oh, it was like the Demon Lord. It's like, what? They're calling me the Demon Lord? Yeah, and the Orphan Killer. And he's like,
no.
I didn't know they were allergic to peanuts.
I would watch the shit out of that show.
So yeah, that was a great idea from him. It was just super super funny. There's what is it? There's ones from word prompts that I've read where the what was it? It was like one of the, I think it was something along as like, you've been kidnapped by like an upstart villain, but they like kidnapped you. Like, but instead of like the hero coming, the like most infamous villain shows up instead because it's your spouse.
Oh.
And
like wow.
they retired, and so it's like, yeah, but like every villain still knows about them. Like they're like the most, well renowned like in the villain world as like the top one, and they show up and they're like, oh, you're here to help me defeat this. It was like, and no, like, why do you have my spouse? And they're like, oh, what? And then they just proceed to just like murk the person for kidnapping their significant other.
I didn't mean to, I swear.
There was one where it would have been a great plot twist. It was, again, word prompt about heroes and villains. It was a retired villain whose grandson was a hero, but he was shit at it.
Oh.
Because the current generation of villains were ass. So he was a shit hero because he's been going against shit villains. And so in an attempt to like get at the hero, they go after the old man, not realizing that he was like the worst villain of his time and still is. He's just retired. And ends up basically starting a training camp for villains to make them better villains, so that way his grandson becomes a better hero and doesn't die from being a shit hero. So, like, just finding out that the reason why there's crime in the city is because you're just so bad at being a hero that your own family started it to just make you better.
God,
that would be fucking wild.
That really would be. Oh my god, it's like the reverse of the Hero Academy. Hello to the welcome to the Villain.
Yeah,
Academy.
Welcome to the Villain Academy. Like, you guys need to do better because like my grandson's fucking ass, and like you're not helping it.
Like, come on, be better.
Right. What is it? Did you ever see We Are Heroes?
I'm trying to remember. We Are Heroes.
It was the movie that had Shark Boy and Lava Girl's kid in it.
Oh, I did not.
Big sad. All right. Well,
mainly because like I was iffy about it.
Okay. Well, what I'm about to say is like a huge spoiler. So like that's why I was like, never mind.
Lay it on me. Lay it on me.
So okay. So there's a big reveal on like who the villain is in that one, and it ends up being one of the kids.
Oh shit.
So late spoiler warning. You knew what was coming. So they're going through, and so it's following all of like the heroes' kids of like the current generation or whatever, and one of the main girls doesn't have powers because she's just normal, whatever.
Hey,
but she actually has no powers because her parents don't have powers. But they're one of the top heroes just because he's really good. He's basically Hawkeye, essentially. Like, he's just really good with his weapons. and like he's the leader of the team, but he doesn't actually have powers. But all of their powers are kind of like wonky. So like the son of a speedster is his powers manifested as him being really slow.
What the fuck?
So like he moves in slow motion instead of at fast speed like his father.
I'm sorry. How does that work?
If anything that Incredibles taught us is that powers in kids manifest weird.
Yeah, especially Jack Jesus.
One of the kids had transformation ability, like he could become anybody he wanted to, but he was like a total like dick. What was it? There's twins that have time manipulation abilities.
Oh, that's dangerous.
But only if they're together.
Oh, más o menos.
So, essentially, well, not as quite. It's like, so one I don't remember which one it was, but one has the ability to go forward, one has the ability to go backwards.
Oh, okay.
And then, obviously, they could control time fully together, but, like, that's how their powers manifested, because they're twins. So, their time abilities manifested as that. There's a... and then there's one that's like Jack, where his ability is Omni, like, abilities. Like, he just has a bunch of them, but he doesn't have control over it because he's just like, I don't know what the hell this is. And then there
Help!
and Shark Boy and Lava Girl's kid. So she has water manipulation instead of lava manipulation.
Okay, I can see it.
And so, like, she can turn the water into sharks.
What?
And so she still has the frenzy thing, too.
Oh, good God.
So, like, she goes in the blood frenzies. And then there was like, an oracle. So, like, she could draw the future. And so you're going through everything, blah, 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 whatever, story, whatever. Come to find out, she's actually not even human. She's actually an alien.
Oh, Jesus.
And, so, like, they staged, like, this whole thing, like, they captured there was an alien invasion, they captured all their parents, the kids have to go and save everything. They go and save them, and it was basically one giant setup because they knew that something worse was actually coming. And so, but they're like, your heroes right now aren't going to be able to cut it. You need the next generation to start, but you don't have time for them to grow up, so you had to fast track it.
Jesus.
And it's the Oracle girl who's actually the alien ruler, because on their planet the kids rule.
Huh.
And so everything is perfectly fine because, you know, the concept of, you know, like, fighting over resources and, like, wars and all of this, these are all concepts of adults. Children don't understand this.
Yeah.
So they're just like, sharing is caring kind of deal. So that's how their society works, is that the children are in charge. And then, so all of the adult aliens are, like, following the child because she's the one in charge of the race right now. And so there's, like, bits and pieces of, like, when
That's an interesting way to go about it.
They see the technology, it was like, it's very intuitive, almost as if it was designed for kids. And it was like, you weren't quite wrong. It's not that they were designed for kids, they were designed by kids. It's like all of our
they are the mastermind.
And so yeah, that was the turning thing, that, like, oh, like, the big bad is not actually a big bad, it was just one giant setup. And it was funny because, like, the way that they figured it out was because the Oracle chick, like, that is her ability. She can see the future in that fashion. She does have that ability. But she drew herself in her true form. So they saw her with, like, her alien, like, parts hanging out, and they were like, oh shit. So the kids ended up staging a thing against them. It's a good movie.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I know. It's just like when I first like saw the trailers for it, I'm just like, mm, I don't know. Sequels, I'm always like iffy about.
well, that's the thing. It's not a sequel. It's just kind of its own
It's its own
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
But it's like when I hear it's like Sharp Boy and Lava Girl, it's like I think back to like the original movie. So
Well, yeah, but everything is supposedly like kind of like quote unquote in universe. Like the things like all the Spy Kids, um, that too. That one. If you saw the last Spy Kids, um, which is I think Spy
wasn't
Kids
Junie like a
Forever.
villain or something?
No. Um, what's that?
I need I need a refresher on that one because I don't
I
really
think it
remember
was
that one.
Spy Kids Forever. Wait, is there another one?
Is there?
I think there's one called Spy Kids Armageddon.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, there's another one coming next month. No, not even next month. It's literally in 10 days.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a new Spy Kids movie coming. That's hilarious.
Welcome to Spy Kids Mad Max.
Yeah, almost. Maybe. So yeah, the movie I was talking about before was We Can Be Heroes, and then
Okay.
yeah, there is another Spy Kids coming in 10 days. That's hilarious.
God dang. Well, for those listening, keep an eye out for that Spy Kids movie then.
And
Like, what's it even supposed to be about?
hold on, let me see what the
Is there like
description say.
is there like description, synopsis?
When a game
Oh,
developer unleashes a powerful computer virus, the children of two secret agents must work together to save their parents and the world. And it has Zachary Levi and Gina Rodriguez as like the main people. So should be interesting. Um, that's what it looks like. It looks
man.
like game Game Over kind of bleeds into the real world.
I mean, Game Over did kind of bleed over into the real world.
Well, yeah, but like actual manifestation, not like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
hey, we got to have special glasses and you had to do these special things. It looks like this was something like way more like AI possibly. I don't know.
Okay.
But the one I was talking about that was the previous last one was Spy Kids All the Time in the World.
Oh, right, because like time got frozen or something.
It was time stuff. It was the 4D one. So it's like so the kids are have the dad is like I think remarried. Yeah, gets remarried after like their mom died or whatever, and they have like another child. So it's like the two-step children and then the baby that they have, and then they find out that the stepmom is an agent and the dad is a spy hunter.
Oh.
And so, but he's it's almost like Storm Chasers, but like B-rate. So like it's like this really like very like cheesy like show that he was doing, and he's like hunting for spies, like he'll find whatever, and he ends up stumbling into finding out her on a mission or whatever, because yes, there is someone out there called the Timekeeper who's like fucking with time and is trying to manipulate blah blah time fuckery.
Yeah. Never mess with time.
But it ends up being just kind of it that twist ended up being a victim of circumstance. And so the whole thing is just them trying to undo what happened, but what's done is done, and so you can't change it. And so he's just been trying over and over, and then there's been consequences of him trying over and over, and so it's just a whole mess and a half.
Oh jeez.
But yeah, so that was the previous Spy Kids, and then now you have
yeah, I don't
this
remember
next
that.
one coming.
I'm pretty sure I saw it just for the hell of it, but it's like I remember Game Over a lot more.
Oh yeah,
Well, Game Over and the Island one.
2.
Yeah.
So,
I was trying. I couldn't remember the actual title of it. Island
Island Lost
Secrets.
Dreams.
Oh, Dreams. Okay.
Yeah, the Island Lost Dreams. So Spy Kids
Like,
3 Game Over, Spy Kids 2 The Island Lost Dreams, and then Spy
yeah,
Kids was the original, obviously.
yeah, but yeah, 2 and 3 were really enjoyable.
Um, and then they have like an animated one called Spy Kids Mission Critical, which I don't know what that's about.
It's going critical.
It's got the critical. Oh God.
Judy, what'd you do?
What did you do? Oh, obviously, because you know your boy is the Ranger proponent.
Ranger aficionado.
The Ranger aficionado. I want the new one to drop already. Like, I need it so bad. But this whole strike thing is just fucking everything up.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm hoping that like there's wins, but obviously we gotta have to wait and see.
Yeah, but I'm tired of waiting and seeing. And a lot of
Well,
these never work out in our favor. Like, I understand, like, it's for a good, there's a good reason behind it. Yeah, pay them what they deserve.
yeah,
But it's
no,
like,
like,
at
they,
the same time, like, if this drags on too long, like, you're not going to be able to recover from it. You're going to lose too much.
yeah, but also at that point, it's like it really comes down to like the corporations. It's like, hey, people, just pay them, and you'll, because like I looked at it, it's like what like the WAG and the other one are asking for are less than 1% of like these companies' revenue. It's just like they're not asking for a lot.
No, they really aren't, and
It's like just pay them.
like, yeah, like, just stop with the greediness and like these shady
like
means of like cutting them out of what they deserve and just give them what they're supposed to be given, and just like fucking A.
Because like whenever I see this, I'm just like, or just anyone that has like all this money is like, what are you doing with all this money? Like most of it is just sitting there doing nothing and gathering dust. You don't need all of this money.
Yeah, it's just like, gotta stop. But like, yeah,
Like,
hopefully it doesn't get to the point where we just completely and utterly lose, like, too much. But a villain twist being for my favorite iteration, Mystic Force, is the individual that kept beating the brakes off of these guys every chance he got. Like, every time he whooped their ass, he's like, all right, you guys gotta get better, or you're not. It's like, he would never kill him because it's like, you ain't even worth it. Like, you're not good enough for me to kill you. Like, you're not strong enough. Like, this isn't even a fight anymore. You gotta do better. And then he's like, I'm outie. And like, every time they come back stronger, he's like, oh shit, let's go. And then he like puts in more into it, and they can't handle it, so they get the brakes beaten off of them again. And he's like, bet, deuces. Stole their like morphing abilities one time after beating their asses so bad. Do you understand how bad you have to get your ass kicked to have your power actually stolen from you?
right.
Like,
Like like that just has to, goddamn.
like, there's obviously, for those who, you know, anything about Rangers, like, there's getting hit hard, and then there's getting demorphed hit hard.
Yeah,
you got hit so hard that a paradimensional energy suit has been knocked off of you.
I always forget how crazy the morphing grid is.
Yeah, like, it's its own dimension of power, essentially. Like, well, not dimension of power, but it's like its own like energy source
that can span universes.
It does span the universe.
Well, no, I said it. That's what I said.
Yeah, like, it is the universe. Like, that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, it. So cosmic power, for all intents and purposes, gives you this suit, and it got hit off of you. You know, like, how hard you had to be hit.
Like, at that point, if you're still breathing, get the hell out.
Oh yeah, no, they usually leave, but like that's how you knew it was bad. Like if you got hit so hard you got knocked out of your Zord, or you got demorphed, that's when you knew you took an ass kicking.
God, if the Zord, if the Zord decided enough, it's like, oh no.
We've had it where the Zords just been straight up blown the fuck up.
Wait, which ones were those?
Let's see. It was.
I don't think I've ever seen the Zords get blown up.
It was original.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was it was Mighty Morphin, because when they had to go get their Ninjetti powers, they had to get new Zords because the other ones got fucked up.
Oh shit! I don't remember that.
There's an other rendition too. I'm just trying to like remember the ones because it
wasn't the police one, was it?
No, I think Turbo still has theirs.
I don't know. For some reason, I feel like Turbo could.
We've gotten Morphers Broken. That was the original one. Original Mighty Morphin had their Morphers got busted. Coins got broken. Megaforce, I think, lost their Morphers because they got their shit rocked so hard. There's a lot in my head, but yeah, no, it happens. Like sometimes the Zords just don't make it out. And
yeah, I think I just blanked that out because I'm trying to remember, because Mighty was the dinosaurs, right?
Yeah, the original. Yeah, Mighty
yeah,
was dinosaurs.
Yeah. I think I blacked that out because like I really like those. I really like those ones. I think I just blanked that shit out. It's like, if I don't remember, it never happened.
Let's see. Let's check the wiki here. Yes. So the. Oh wait, no. This might be including Super Sentai. Yeah, this is including Super Sentai. But yeah, so like the Wild Force Zords have been destroyed, but they got them back. The Delta Squad has been destroyed, but possibly gotten back. The Samurai's Megazord has been busted up and possibly gotten back. So yeah, no, it happens more than you would think. That they've just gotten their asses handed to them so bad that like even the Zords got, you know, smacked up. And so the original thing that started this was the Mystic Force being their team. So it was the guy who kept fucking their shit up was called Korag the Night Wolf. And
that's a name.
Come to find out, it was actually Red Ranger's dad.
Oh no!
That got corrupted by the actual Big Bad when he had stopped him the first time.
Jesus.
So Red Ranger's dad was the previous Red Ranger, stayed back to seal the forces of evil behind their, like, the gate that they were behind. He stayed on the other side, and while he was he basically pulled a Saint 14.
Oh yeah.
But instead of him being dead, he just got corrupted. But he didn't fully get corrupted because that's why he wouldn't finish them off, because it was that whole honor thing he had. That it was like, I will only finish off like a worthy opponent, and like if you're beaten and have lost the will to fight, you're no longer a worthy opponent. That was still what was left of the good part of him.
And I'm gonna be the bricks out of you.
Yeah.
But if you give up, I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah, like if that's it, you're done. And so yeah, it ends up being his dad.
God, that has, I can't even imagine what that kind of twist would like do to the person watching. Is just like, what the fuck?
Now that was just the add-on of like the whole. There was just a whole bunch of what the fucks with that.
Oh no! So basically, your mental state was just gone.
not even gone. You were just very, very confused. So Red Ranger was adopted. And so he was going to visit like his like sister, and it's like, so that's the whole reason why he's here or whatever, right? And so he, he's parents, he doesn't know who his actual parents or whatever. We start to get more information. You meet Phineas, who is like the mentor character, because every Ranger team has one.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a Trollin? Troll and a Goblin.
Troll, Goblin.
He's a Troblin. I think that's what he was called.
Gull.
Yeah.
Golben.
Nah, I think it was a Troblin. I think that's what they went with. Either way, come to find out, when they were having the war that was like fucking everything up, he found basically the prince, for all intents and purposes, for explanation, found the prince, which is baby version Red Ranger, took him to our world, and gave him to his foster parents.
Mm-hmm.
And told no one.
That always works well.
Then it starts to come to light that his actual, so Red Ranger's actual mother is the witch that is giving them their powers, that helps them have their powers. It's like, oh, hey, you're the new Ranger team. And so the one who teaches them how to use their power is actually Red Ranger's biological mother. She finds out that her son is still alive, not realizing that it's Red Ranger.
Oh, Jesus.
And Phineas is having a fucking panic attack because he's like, oh fuck, they're gonna find out what I did, they're gonna be mad at me, it's gonna be super sad. Because for all intents and purposes, he kidnapped the baby. He kidnapped her baby. I'm sorry, but that's what happened. I understand there was a war going on, and trouble was happening, and everyone...
Let the train wrecks commence.
And, like, yeah, so it's essentially he kidnapped the baby, left him in the human world. It's find out there's so many intertwined things in this season. This is why it's my favorite, because there's so much shit that's intertwined with itself. So the person who gives him the powers is actually the biological mother of the Red Ranger. And the biological father of Red Ranger is the one who's been kicking their ass for this whole time they've had their powers.
Oh my god.
Till which, when he finds out that he's actually the prodigal son, because they were the strongest magic users in fucking existence.
Yeah, let's go.
So he's basically the super prince. And yeah, so you find out that, like, so she finds out that her son's still alive, finds out it's Red Ranger, because he has his blanket left from, like, when he was a child that he was wrapped in, and she's like, where'd you get this from? And she was like, oh, it was in his, bag, and then it all pieces together. She was like, oh shit, it's him.
My kid.
He's the kid, and then that's what breaks the curse of the dad, because he's like, hey, remember when we thought we lost our baby? Here he is!
My bad.
Found him. And he's like, oh shit, really? Breaks the curse because he comes back to his senses because, the power of love.
The power of love triumphs all.
It triumphs all. It's like, oh my god. I rewatched that shit over and over because, like, you can't ever, like, fully, like, it's the twist in that is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I can imagine that taking in, like, a couple watches.
It's like, whoa, like, the fuck? Yeah, it's great.
Good god.
I don't think any other rendition had that level of, like, twists of, like, oh shit, this is...
They didn't want to have, like, the watchers have a more, like, mental breaks.
It did happen 2 more times. It happened
never mind.
RPM, where the I'm Scottish thing comes from.
Oh, Jesus.
And then it happened in... Oh, crap. What is that one called? It's one of the newer ones. Damn it. I'm blanking. Basically, they're I wouldn't say artificial, but, like, they became Rangers in a completely different way than all the previous ones. To turns out like the big bad is actually a mutated version of the RPM big bad. And the RPM big bad was created by the person who runs the Ranger team, because she's the one who made it, so she's the one who's trying to stop it. And it was a mess. But yeah, there's a lot of like, oh shit, like the big bads are just like, big bad reveals are just like, oh fuck. And the we're at the end of our time. Surprisingly enough, before we start recording, I said I didn't know if we were gonna make it to the hour. Well, here we are.
Yep. I mean, hey, when you find that topic, it goes.
It just goes. So the wrap it off is the ultimate villain what if story. Not even what if story, because we have what happened. Lord Draken.
Oh Jesus.
And for those who don't know who Lord Draken is what happens when Tommy Oliver decides to take all of the power. He doesn't go back to the Rangers after being the Green Ranger. He goes back to Rita. They destroy the Rangers, and he kills Rita, takes her powers of the Green and the White, and then proceeds to kill the universe.
Yeah, no, the whole dragon thing is just like, good God.
Proceeds to dominate the universe.
And like, during the whole Shattered Grid event, like, didn't Draken also do stuff there as well?
Draken's the reason why the Shattered Grid exists.
It's only was the reason. Okay, I kind of tuned into that one a little late. I'm just like, oh, okay, that makes all the sense. Good Dragon.
Yeah. The Shattered Grid exists because of Dragon. That's what's left of the world.
Got it now.
Dragon has killed pretty much any opposition to him, except the ones who are fighting him, which are basically people who existed in, it's like, of the void that didn't have the grid itself. Like the grid energy never touched there.
It was like universes that had no Power Rangers, basically.
Yeah. So they're the ones who are fighting back in their method of like doing it, whatever.
Yeah, like because I tuned into the Shattered Grid event like kind of late, but I'm just like, there's so much happening.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I actually want to go back and reread it, because like, just like from the parts I joined in on, I'm just like, God, this is an awesome event. But also, there's a lot of death. Like so much death happened.
Yep. So, let's see So yeah, the synopsis for Shattered Grid is that Lord Draken has decided his world is too small for his ambition. He has figured out a way to not only conquer other worlds, but defeat the Power Rangers as well. So yes, Shattered Grid exists because Draken happened.
Oh my God. Someone tone his ego down just a bit, please.
It's not even ego. It's just pure unadulterated proof.
We don't need the proof. The proof is already there.
The proof was in the pudding. This is why it was such a great like alternative, because canonically it's already proven that Tommy Oliver is the greatest Ranger. And so if he was never to turn to the good side, yeah, game the fuck over.
Yeah, no, it's just like, at that point, it's just like, all right, I'm done being a Ranger. Here you go, pipe.
And I saw a video on TikTok about someone was like, oh, what if the Red Rangers basically did what Lord Draken did, but instead of it being for domination, he did it for like peace. Like, you know, the way we've been doing it, we have all these villains and all these bad guys are still coming, blah blah blah, whatever, and they go like dictatory, and they're like, oh, like how would that go?
So kind of like in Justice Superman in a way.
Yeah, but it would have been all of the Red Rangers.
Oh, oh,
So they were
Jesus.
saying so basically they were saying if Forever Red was to play out differently, instead of
Uh-huh.
them all banding together to stop the army, if it was for all of the team, all of the Red Rangers being the ones who were like the aggressors and being basically going for like dictatorship for peace.
No.
And they said that the one like that they would so in their means of destruction they would have ended up like destroying the other their teams like morphers or whatever. And the guy proposed like he's like, oh, I would have had there would have been a team that came together to fight them that was, I forget what they called them, but it was basically they rebuilt morphers from all of the other pieces and made a team out of it that way. And someone raised a good question of like, oh, how would that work? And I was like, actually very simply, it would only work temporarily because the means of the connection aren't stable.
Yeah,
But
I
like you
feel
could
like
still
I feel
make
like
the
you'd have
connection.
I feel like you'd have like mixed colors for the
Well,
Rangers.
no, that's how they did. It was their uniforms were all mixed based off of like the morphing like pieces that they whatever.
Yeah, the components that were used.
But like the connection would be very unstable because you're trying to
Yeah.
access different points of the grid, but incompletely. So I was like, you could probably pull it off, but I would see it as doing it whereas like when they morphed, they only had a designated time frame that they could hold the form before it, it broke off, but not to the point where they can't do it anymore, or
Like
go down that route where it's like this is the last ditch effort. Once we do this, we
Yeah.
have to have everything in place to take them down because we can only do this once.
Yeah, it would be interesting, like if they did something like that, but it's like depending on like which kind of like how the color spectrum is. It's like depending on like which colors are like merged together depends on how long they can like stay.
Yeah, like if they
Since
have more of one color, then they probably can stay longer because
or no,
obviously-
like what I'm thinking is like because like like with the color spectrum, like you have like trying to think of the right words, like I guess you could say adjacent colors, like something like that. It's like if it's like within the same like line, like they end up like having a better resonance. Or I don't know. I'm just pulling something out of my ass.
I feel like you're trying to mix the morphing grid with the lantern core.
No. Lantern core is this whole other thing. I'm not even going to get into that.
That's what it sounded like to me because I was like, because all of the Rangers like it's all set. It's just one.
Yeah.
It's all the one set. Like it's already like each point that they're connecting to is already set. So and that's why you can't have the same ones accessing at the same time.
Okay.
So that's why it's like that's why you can't have two. You can't have two Red Rangers using the same morpher. It won't work. Well, it will work once, but there is consequences.
Yeah. Overload.
Yeah, it essentially, yeah, no, that's usually what happens because it's what was it? It was happened in one of the other ones. They were talking about that where it's like I think it was yellow, either yellow or pink did it. And that's how, it went sideways. Was because they tried to access it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't go well. It doesn't like doing that. It's like trying to be on it's like it was trying to be on dial-up back in the day, and then like
God.
hey, you're on the computer, and then someone tries to pick up the phone. It doesn't like it.
It's like someone's on the computer, someone's trying it on the phone, and then you have someone trying to microwave.
And then someone
It's
turns
like
on the microwave. Yeah, it
just
no go.
explosion.
No go. So yeah, that is our time there. We hope you enjoy the rant that exists as what happens.
Hope you enjoyed the Power Ranger discussion.
Yes, and it's always fun. Hurry up with the strike. I want Cosmic Fury already. I need answers. The last Fury one ended in such a fantastical way. I need Cosmic Fury already because I need answers. I need answers. So we will hope that this strike becomes done and we don't have any issues, and we move it along. So we will see you for the next episode next week, or we will see you for the subscription episode, and you enjoy your time. Stay hydrated. Adios.
See you all next time.